I've had another questionably good idea, and it's gonna be made out of, you guessed it, trash.
Oh, this is the fastest she's ever gone.
Basically what I do at night is just lay in bed and search on like OnX and look for spots that are way off the beaten path, or like really weird spots that I could like boat to, camp at, hunt, stuff like that. I found a spot. It's an island in the Chesapeake Bay, way down south, and you can hunt it. You can technically hunt there. You can hunt archery whitetail deer. That sounds really interesting to me. I would really like to do that, and I would love to go and stay there for a couple days on my camper and hunt. But part of the problem with this island is it's like 7 miles from the closest boat ramp, and it's through some relatively big water. And I know for a fact that that boat, as is not stable enough to go all that distance with a bunch of gear to go hunting. So, my bad idea is to take the pontoons off of the pontoon boat we got on Amazon and attach them to the sides of this boat as like sponsons to make it way more stable. Because this is fine in slick, calm water in the back of the creek here, but if I want to take this thing anywhere else, I'm definitely going to need a little more stability. Question is, can I make that happen? It's not quite as easy of a problem to solve as I originally anticipated. I've looked at this problem a little bit. It's gonna take a little creative ingenuity, I think, to kind of make this happen. So here I have a pontoon and another one on the other side, and I'm gonna see if there's any way to attach these. I don't know if there is or not. I'm also trying to take this thing out camping tonight, so I'm gonna give it a shot, see if I can figure something out. Air compressor. That is not only glorious, but also spectacular. Now I just gotta figure out how to attach these to here. This boat has some issues because it's made out of basically nothing. It's made out of recycled Saturn views and other plastic things. We'll see, could be a conundrum. I'll show you what I'm kind of thinking. So if I had a piece of angle here that was a little long like that, and this is bow rail off of a boat, but it fits over this perfectly. And if I had pieces about this long and cut holes bigger than this, sent this through, and then welded this around, then it could fit into there and you put a pin in it, and then it's removable, and then you could brace it here and here because the boat just doesn't have a lot of structure. This is just plastic basically, so you could even plate it on the inside. It might be my best bet. I just got to make sure I got enough material. I had to try something. I'm not, I can't help myself, you know?
You're smart enough to make this happen?
I don't think so. I think that might be the problem. Actually, the question should be, am I dumb enough to make this happen?
I know you're dumb enough to try.
Yeah?
Smart enough to make it happen.
Dumb enough to try, smart enough to make it happen. Why did that look so horrible?
So I decided that pontoons are another day project. This is actually a trickier problem than I thought.
It's never stopped me before, and I think I'm gonna probably get the camper off of here and get this thing down on the ground and start lining some stuff up and see if I can make something work.
So I'll show you the main problem with attaching these. It seems pretty straightforward, right? It's even got mounting holes. But the problem is, I'm pretty sure this pontoon's gonna wanna roll up like that. You know, it's gonna be tricky to keep it straight. And this is great and all, but that will flex just like this under the weight. And these are very buoyant, so there's gonna be a lot of force. I was messing with these and trying to make these go down through the gunnel here and then run a rod with a pin. But the problem with this is that that's a lot of weight. There's a lot of force up, and this boat is not made of anything really. There's nothing in here, it's hollow plastic. I don't want to go drilling a load of holes in here because it's hollow and it will fill with water. So I think it needs something that sticks out on the sides on top of the pontoons, okay? The way the other pontoon boat worked was that it had a deck, and the deck laid on top of this. And that's what kept these pontoons under the deck of the pontoon boat and not rolling out the side. So the thought that I've had is to take some angle like this, aluminum angle, and you could basically attach it to the side of the cabin and have it extend over top of the pontoons. And then you could just cut slits and throw ratchet straps through these to hold the pontoons. And then this would be attached to the face of the cabin, and then also have a spacer block with a bolt that goes just through the gunnel to hold it to the boat as well. I don't know if that's gonna work, but I might try it. It's kind of the best option I have right now. So I don't have enough aluminum angle iron, the size that I need, but I do have a bunch of this 8x8 square tube. And I think that if I cut this, I can make angle. So actually I know I can make angle if I cut this. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I do feel like the houseboat has a pretty serious cool factor without the pontoons, but if I want this thing to be more usable, I kind of hate to say it, but I think the pontoons are gonna really help with that. Well, if I put pontoons on here, this thing isn't gonna steer for anything. It's just gonna be a sail and a blob, like a skiff with no weight in it. They don't really steer. So I might have to put a little bigger motor, but I might be able to handle a little bigger motor with more flotation. We'll see. Something like that. I can go in a little further. Pose some problems for my doors and some other stuff. I'm gonna have to trim that all down. I think it could work though. I guess the next thing is to make like a block that could mount under there. I'd imagine you want these to sit up just a little bit. You don't want them, you don't want the thing to be like too buoyant. I know that sounds weird, but you want the boat to have a little bit of weight and tracking ability. If you slam these all the way down, you're getting rid of that. I guess if it doesn't work, you can always just raise them up. I don't know, ideally, they don't really touch the water until you need stability. You know what I mean? 3 3/4. I got this. I can pretty this up. I'm just trying to get proof of concept here, really. All right, I think that's probably about right there. I hate to put holes in my nice thing here. There we have it. See if that works. That took entirely too much time. All right, got my plate. I'm gonna bolt it here and then figure out the rest of this stuff. All right, I know this all looks like really crappy, but this is all just prototype level stuff here. Nice, it's gonna end it right underneath. I mean, it works. I wish the pontoon was sat a little closer, but that can be adjusted, I think, with more holes. Yeah, I could just cut these holes a little closer in here and move it in. Not bad for the first one, I guess. I'll make the forward one. So I tried rope just to try to see how I can get the pontoon under a little more without having to cut these. These are honestly a huge pain in the butt to cut and I have to take this all apart. So just experimenting with rope. If this works, then I'll cut the slits for straps. I really just need to get something together so that I can test this to make sure this is actually gonna work. All right, I got one side on. This, I know, is very ugly, but I just want to see if this is gonna work. If it's gonna work, I'll pretty it up, but I don't want to spend a load of time making it pretty if it's not even gonna work. So I'm just trying to get pontoons on the sides to test it. All right, got this other plate cut. I'm gonna try to start cutting these a little bit and make them a little more not blocky looking. This might be our next task. So I got the aluminum on both sides. We're gonna make slits for the strap. I think I'm gonna drill and then cut between the two holes with a jigsaw. Also, I'm gonna cut these off and then round them down and pretty these up a whole bunch, try to make them look decent. I think I'm gonna drill my holes first. It's actually not looking terrible. It looks kind of cool, actually. I mean, as cool as something like that can look. I found that putting WD-40 on the aluminum before I cut it definitely helps with the whatever they call it when the aluminum kind of welds itself to the blade, which is extremely frustrating.
One down, 3 more to go. All right, so I got one side cut down and shaped. I'm gonna do the other, try to make it look like that. All right, not too bad. 2 down, 2 more to go. So when John estimated the time it would take me to do this part of the project, he said, you could do that in probably like 45 minutes or an hour. It's been like 3 days. Not 3 full days, but you know. I think it's time to kind of assemble. I think I have pretty much everything where it needs to be. I need straps, but I can at least start putting on the wooden blocks and the aluminum pieces.
I am also concerned because I just blew this up and now it's deflated and it's brand new and I just did all this work. So if this thing's bad, I'm gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry, but I'm just gonna freaking burn the thing, I think.
I have confirmed there is a hole, which is a huge bummer, but I think I can fix it. All right, let's hope this works. All right, I got my patches on here. Hopefully I didn't put any more holes in it, trying to weigh it down and patch it.
But moment of truth, I'm gonna blow this up. I got my straps. I'm gonna strap it on to the boat and see how it works.
So my idea is to use these ratchet straps to hold the pontoons in place. I don't know exactly how I want them. I'm gonna mess with it a little bit. I'm gonna put something under here. It's not sharp. I don't want it to be rubbing up against this.
All right, she is done, ready for testing.
Not too shabby, I don't think.
Hope it works. Oh, it looks cool, actually.
It's so heavy now, I can't even get on the trailer. Oh my gosh, this thing has become quite the monstrosity.
It actually does look kind of cool.
Too many people are gonna order these Amazon.
Both the Amazon boats and make one. The hybrid Amazon camper boat.
Unless this thing performs like
excellently. I mean, it's pretty sweet.
you might want more horsepower on it now.
I know, I was thinking that too. The issue is the leverage on the transom with that bracket, but you could probably squeak a little more horsepower. My suspicion is that it's not going to turn very well.
I think raising them up is a good idea.
I raised them up thinking that maybe the hull of the boat will kind of act keel-like. I mean, better than nothing.
You don't want them any deeper in the water.
Yeah.
Very stable.
Have to find out. Oh man, she's freaking solid as a rock. Seems pretty good.
Tipping that guy over.
No, you couldn't tip it over now. It would take a lot. We're both standing on the side.
Both of us are gonna go in the drink.
Yeah. Seems fine. We were both on this side. Before this thing would have rolled, you couldn't even get in it barely.
I know.
You'd have rolled over. Now, moment of truth. We'll see how she rides. Wow, it actually seems to be great. It's 100 times more stable, wide open. It is certainly not fast, but it wasn't fast before. I don't know, it seems to be excellent. Oh, you are not tipping it over. I mean, John and I are both sitting on the same side. which before would have ensured disaster. It's kind of nice because I can sit down back here now. I can stand up. Got all that room. It'd be nice if you could walk up the thing. That'd be kind of cool. You can at least strap stuff to it. My big deer that I'm gonna get when I go hunt this island. If we're hard turning, she's steady. We are very, very, very shallow. And she's moving. I haven't seen a boat you can get into skinnier water than this. I think the pontoons help it get into shallower water, actually. I'm wondering if I need to double up these bolts. The system works really well because it makes the gunwale kind of the fulcrum. And when the pontoons lift up from buoyancy, it really actually pushes the house down into the boat. This still has nothing holding it to the boat, except for now it's got these, which is attached to this, which is attached to the house. But besides that, the house still just picks up and down, and it's rock solid. It holds it in here nicely. Wow, this is so nice. It doesn't feel like I'm gonna go swimming every time I'm moving around. This is awesome.
Got some windage.
Yeah, it definitely has some windage.
I mean, it was cool before, but now it's cool and usable.
Yeah.
If you had a little walk plank there, you'd be really set.
Like you could strap your fuel cans onto right there.
Yep, and see, now I'm thinking if you had a little walkway, cut these, stagger them, bolt them together on the bottom, then a slit so it fit down over this, then you could use it as a plank. So I got a bunch of these, which are like pieces of aluminum steps that have been cut, and I think it would make a really nice little walking plank.
So I'm thinking if I can split these things apart and then stagger them and then bolt them back together. And they got these little spot welds that hold them together. Does not work. That's not tragic. See if we stagger them like that, you know? I am shocked that it's that hard to cut apart. It seems totally wrong. It's freaking aluminum and it's like made out of nothing. I don't know why this won't come apart. I mean, I got one apart, but like it's a weld that's half the size of a dime, and it's like you got cut on it for freaking forever. Aluminum is a bear. Although I did discover that spraying it down with WD-40 completely solves this problem. Because that jigsaw, I would make it 3 inches and the blade would be toasted. So I looked up online. They said either take wax and put it on there, or WD-40 or some kind of oil. See that? The aluminum is so soft that it just jams itself in the teeth and then totally ruins the blade. You can pick it out of there, but it's a freaking absolute pain. I don't know why I forgot to put WD-40 on it. Try it again. All right, let's see if this works better. 2 seconds. I don't really like cutting metal on this thing. It's sketchy. Where's this thing not cutting straight? It's not cutting straight at all. Why would the saw be out of whack? Pretty sure that's what it is. Crazy how this chop saw doesn't cut straight. It doesn't make any sense. The other funny thing is there's literally 0 even surface anywhere here. Not on the ground, not in the parking lot, anywhere. So it's always a little bit just guessing. See if things are gonna be even. See, it's actually kind of tricky to be able to drill the holes and make the platform even. So I'm trying to jig it on the ground, and then there's holes where they use the spot weld to hold them together. They're 3/8. So I flipped one of these things outside. They have a little lip. I'm gonna try to just drill through here, through this, and then be able to put bolts in it. Because if you were to try to mark them and drill them, they're not exactly perfect, which I know I can't get them exactly perfect. That your pieces are gonna be out of whack like that. It's gonna be a hard thing to get right. I think I am gonna need some like gussets for the outside though. Nothing about this project is easy or fast. It is cheap though. It's done. I'm gonna have to do some fitting, but gusset plates bolted together. It is far too much work for a freaking plank. All that to solve the fact that it wasn't long enough. The pieces weren't long enough. That looks good. I mean, it's sturdy, but I'm gonna have to cut it to fit and whatever. And unfortunately, I think I have enough to do another one, although I really don't want to. That was a pain in the butt. Well, since my chop saw isn't cutting straight, I'm gonna do it the old-fashioned way with a square. Call me what you want, but I tell you what, these days it's noise that bothers me more than anything. Loud noise, like cutting aluminum with a circular saw. Can't stand the noise. All right, now I gotta cut it out.
All right, I have finally done it. Both planks. That was far too much work for this very stupid thing, but I like it. Lots of gussets and Chinese bolts. I better get you some use out of this thing. Look, this is a big day for me. That's a brand new boat trailer from our buddies at Dave's Trailers. Finally bought a brand new boat trailer. It only took me 29 years. But I tell you what, I got all these little boats. I don't have any decent trailers. And new boat trailers are so stinking cheap. Less than 2,000 bucks. Tags, title, out the door for a brand new trailer. You're losing more money in the time you spend messing with old trailers. And you go on Facebook and people want $1,000 for a trailer with no title, with busted lights. It's like, for $500, $600, $700, $800 more, you could have a brand new one. So it's actually one of the only things I've ever bought brand new. I'm excited. Now I can finally put my tow mirrors out. So I have my brand new boat trailer that I just bought that literally just got back from the dealership. And I'm already gonna ruin it. Throw some screws in it and make it fit my camper boat a little better. That boat is super flimsy because it's made out of plastic. So these bunks, if you put those on there, it puts way too much pressure on the bottom. So I need to spread the load out and make these span longer. So I'm gonna move these bunks up a little bit, screw these 2x6s into the side and then attach them up front. And then hopefully that should support pretty much the entire boat all the way up. Here we have it. I want to test it, make sure it's going to work before I put any more stuff on it. Ah, yes, defiling brand new stuff. This is why I don't have nice things. Prime example. Swapping it out. I still got a little work to do on this thing. Hopefully, I'd like to get it in the shop and work on it. It's so nasty out.
It's like one of those days, it's like, it just stopped raining, but it's like 35 degrees and raining. It's just, everything you touch is freezing cold.
That actually works out nicely. Look at that. Perfect. I got my boards, my aluminum planks. I need something to hold them to here, and I'm thinking blocks of wood. Maybe I'll scribe it to this. It'll be a little fancy. I probably need a couple that are scribed in the middle for support.
All right, so these are the pieces that will sit over top. I scribed them. I didn't record it because I thought that it was recording and it wasn't, but I'm gonna sand these sharp edges down a little bit and get to seeing how we can fit these in there. Man, I hurt my elbow during crabbing season, and it has not recovered. I'm not that old, I'm about to turn 30, but I'm telling you, little stupid little things. I hurt myself, or I'm sore, and it just like doesn't ever go away. I hear it doesn't get any better either. All right, got our pieces.
All right, got my boards mounted and the little supports. We're gonna see if it's enough. I don't know if it looks cool or it looks dumb, but it's definitely gonna be useful.
Problem is I keep seeing stuff and adding stuff to it. But that's also the best part about building your own stuff is that you can do whatever you want. There's no rules. So I absolutely hate flathead screws. They fit so perfectly in these holes because they're tapered and we have a ton of them.
Makes me so nervous drilling into anything at all, knowing there's an inflatable pontoon on the other side.
So in order to further complicate this project, I want to try to put like a little railing on here, and it's going to be made out of, you guessed it, trash. This drill bit must be some kind of cooked if it can't cut through aluminum like that. I'm gonna spend so much time working on it, I'm not gonna have any time to use it.
Well, what's more fun, working on it or using it?
Depends on how cold it is. I guess for both of those things.
One of the comments in the last video was, Luke keeps John young.
I don't know. I think I put a few years on you.
That's what I was about to say.
Well, drop a comment. Let us know what you think. Am I making John older or younger? I'd like to think I'm keeping him young, but you never know. All right, that's actually kind of sick. It definitely stiffens the entire thing up. I was like, it'd be nice to have something for rigidity to help make this a little less twisty, and then it turned into all this. So it actually seems to work pretty mint. Oh, that's like 100 times better, actually. And it's really nice to be able to put your stuff in here and like not have it fall out. Should have had some posts up through here, but oh well. That is pretty sick. Pretty freaking sick, if you ask me, dude. Should probably vacuum all the aluminum out. It's probably not great for the pontoons. Now the question is, do I build one on the other side or just roll with it? It is pretty nice. This is the stuff that I used for the railing. There is another piece of it, but it's attached to something else. I have no idea what this is from, but it looks incredibly expensive when it was new. Problem is, there's all these little screws. I'm not real sure I'm gonna be able to get these out of here. And that would really be a bummer. Well, here she is. I'm gonna put her in the water and give her a shot, see how it all holds up. I'm very excited to go use this thing. Brand spanky trailer, not much to the inside. A couple things I might wanna do, but I got a hammock up in there to put some stuff a little higher. Plank on this side. Don't have the material to do the railing on this side, but I want to see if I like it on the other side first. I don't really mind when things aren't necessarily congruent. I think it's kind of looks more unique. Boy, look at this monstrosity, isn't it? It's definitely interesting in the water, but I will say it works nicely. It's very stable. You can walk all around this thing and it's totally fine, but can you fish off it? I don't know. It would be nice to have a motor with reverse, but beggars can't be choosers. Well, I'm out of gas, so John's gonna come get me, but it works very nicely, and it's very pleasant out here, and you can walk around it, and I'm very excited to take it on a couple more adventures. Once I find some breaks in the weather, I got a list of places I'm taking this thing, and a list of hunting trips that I'm gonna try to take it on. Yes, ducks. They're on my list. And here's John. It's quite pleasant. Even out of gas, it's pretty nice. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know. The old black tip. I bet you could tow me doing 30. No, there's nothing. You'll rip that thing right out. There's nothing else to tie it to. I would love to do that for science, but I have nothing right now to tie it to. I estimate my butt dyno says this boat that I'm on, wide open, does 7 knots. What are you doing? I think we're doing probably 3 right now. Oh, this is the fastest she's ever gone. Well, I gotta get in the back. If I'm in the back, I'm sure it'll be fine. Give it a whirl. I'm gonna try not to go overboard. This is top speed under her own power. Check out goodasused.com, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment, get entered to win a full box of Jimmy's Famous Seafood. I'll ship it anywhere in the US. It's amazing how many people online are insistent that this thing is not real, that it's an AI production. But I can assure you, AI would never take 3 weeks to build something so ridiculous. 3 weeks of working on it, not 3 weeks of working on it every day.
Still has yet to catch its first fish.
It is true. I've not caught any fish off this, and I have not killed any deer or any ducks off of it yet, but there's still some time.